Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up an event in AttractWell. So if you scroll down your menu all the way down to Zoom and Events, you'll see the Events feature there. Your Events page will show up at yourdomain.com/events, and if there are no upcoming events, then there will be nothing there. So just so you know, if you try and view your event page when there isn't an event, you might be confused. So to add a new event, just hit Add. And you can name your event here. Name of event. Event description, fairly straightforward. Make it as long as you want. Start and end date and time zone of your event. So you can adjust the time at the bottom here and then choose your date. So maybe my event is tomorrow at 7 and it ends, let's say tomorrow at 9. I'll leave it Pacific time because that's my time zone. You can add an event featured image. So I'll just grab this picture because it's pretty. After registration, visitors stay on the events page or go to a following URL. So you can send them to a confirmation page if you want to choose from your system here, or you can send them to an external link if you prefer there, and you can trigger a campaign. So this campaign will automatically be sent to anyone who self-registers for your event. So if you want them to register on the events page and then be sent an email that says, thanks for registering for my event. If it's an online event, you might want to provide the Zoom link, or if it's in person, maybe the address. So you can create that campaign in Campaigns and then find it from the drop down here and connect it. Now, if we go down to more event options, this is some important stuff here. So allow self-registration. If you allow self-registration, then they'll be able to RSVP for your event right there. And I'll show you how that looks. But if you turn this off, then you can basically send them to a different page. And this is going to factor in if you're having payment for your event on a different page. So if you want payment for the event and you're running it through AttractWell, you have to create a page under website and then pages where the payment is going to be, and you're sending them there to pay an RSVP. They're not RSVPing here. If they're RSVPing here, it would be a free event. Now, if your event is being run through another software like Eventbrite or Facebook, you can send them there instead. So they won't be registering for the event here. You're just listing the event here and then sending them there. All right. So then you can have the event show on your main event list page, or by direct link only. So then you have to send someone the link in order for them to see this event. All right, so think about how you want someone to register. I'm going to set this up as self-registration so you can see how that looks, and then we'll talk about if there's payment involved. So we're going to hit save, and it's creating the event. So now event is published, so I can hit view. And this is where the event is living right now. So the name of the event will show up here. You have your event details, your event description, and they can hit register. When they've registered, they'll enter their name, phone, email. Yes, I'm coming, register for event. And that will trigger that campaign that we had connected. So this will work really well if it was a free event. Now, if it was a paid event, there's no payment here. And there is no payment in the event feature of AttractWell, so they cannot pay right here. It doesn't mean that you can't have paid events, it just works differently. So this is how a free event is going to work. And if I go back into the Zoom and Events menu and just go back to Events, here's my event here, and I can just click on it and scroll down and see my attendees list. So who has responded as yes, maybe no, that kind of thing. You can get your lists here, and you can actually, it'll list your attendees. So it'll list all the people once they start RSVPing, it'll list them here, and you can send them all an email. You can, maybe you need to reschedule the event's being canceled and you want to send a reminder. You can just go in here and see the list of people who have RSVP'd and just fire off those specific people a quick email, which is a really nice feature right here. If you want to send calendar links for your event, these are the calendar links. So you can just copy and paste these and actually put them in your email campaign. So when people RSVP, they're sent these as well to add it to their calendar. To share this event, you can hit share at the top and share to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever you want, or hit your event link. And the event link is what you could then paste into an email or share on social as well to invite people to the event so that they will RSVP. Next, let's talk about if this was going to be a paid event. So if this was going to be a paid event, what I'd want to do is create a payment page. So I'm going to go to pages and I'm just going to create a blank page and we'll call this event RSVP. Now remember, in AttractWell, landing pages and pages are two different things, and landing pages cannot have payment. So you need to go into pages in order to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up the settings. So I'm going to go leads and I'm going to say lead capture form shows on the page. And then message to show on lead capture form. This is the button. So I'm going to say buy tickets, whatever you want your button to say when they purchase. The color of your button is here. Fields to show. If you need to ask them for anything else besides name, email, phone, you can add a field here. Who referred you? Are you bringing a guest? Anything like that. What to do after a lead registers. You can send them to a confirmation page. You can trigger a campaign here, and you can tag them as well. Now, I recommend tagging them by the date and name of your event. If you're going to do recurring events on this page, then I would actually leave this and this blank, still redirect them to a confirmation page, but then we're going to go up to the payments tab next. Require payment on this page, payment processor, Stripe, add payment option. Now, the reason I'm saying if you are going to have recurring events or more than one event, you can tag them on the payment option as well. So let's say this event is September 1st and it is $15. I might tag them September 1st event. That way I can filter my contacts. Everyone who purchases this event is going to get this tag and I can pull a guest list. I can also trigger a campaign right here so that when they opt in, they get the information that's pertinent to this event. If you have a quantity, so you're only selling 10 tickets to this event, you can limit quantity here. Now I can add another one and have my October 1st event. Oh my goodness, I can't type today. Event. This one is going to be $20. Tag October 1st event. All right. Now on the page itself, I can add anything I want. I can have a picture for the event and then the event description. So maybe I want, I don't know what picture. I'll put this picture in. And then here's my event, name of event, event details, cost of event, however you want that to look. And then we're going to hit add form tag when I want that checkout to show up. So let's view. Now we have name of event, event details, cost of event. They choose which event they're going to go to. They enter their information. They fill out the checkout, which for some reason is glitching for a second. Now it's working. They fill this out and hit buy tickets. It's going to tag them based on which event they're coming to, and it's going to trigger the campaigns that correspond to those events. So then when I want to pull a guest list, I go into contacts, I filter by tag, and I can pull up a list of these people. Now, if I want to use the events feature in AttractWell, I can take the link to this page, this payment page, and go back to events in my system. And edit the event and hit edit again up here. And we're going to go down to more event options. We're not allowing self-registration. We're going to send them to that link and hit save. Now let's view our event. So now when they come to the event, on the events page, they hit learn more and it opens that payment page. All right, so you can do that if you prefer. The advantage to having it on the events page here is that your main events page, yourdomain.com/events, will list all your events, paid and free, and the button will take them to the payment. Now, if this is all you need, you could bypass the events feature. You don't have to use the events feature. You could use this custom page, put it in your menu under events, and when people go to events on your website, they see this and it describes the event and you can check out and purchase events. So it just depends on how you want things to flow. in your system, but those are the options for setting up paid and free events. If you're looking to create a website with AttractWell, make sure you check out my 3 resources. First, my ebook on how to create a beautiful website that walks you through all the steps and layouts and SEO tips that you need to set up a gorgeous website. You can also visit my website template shop where I sell AttractWell and Get Oiling website templates and bundles. And lastly, make sure you check out my website workshop where I provide all the tutorials and templates and step-by-step guidance that you need to get your website fully up and running.